Hello friends, welcome to another Royale video. Today we will be talking about Alchemist. More importantly, the truth about Alchemist. We will be talking about this deck specifically. But first, let me tell you what happened. Yesterday I started getting PMs and people asking me what's going on with Alchemist, don't you need to put it on the tier list? And I'm like, what's going on? I played with it, it's better now, but it's nowhere near good enough. So what happened, I think, was Foamcats by accident used Alchemist in one of his decks while he was playing live on stream, and it turned out a lot better than expected. So it goes all over the place, and all of a sudden people start playing it, and everybody thinks all of a sudden Alchemist is the new meta. Now, I don't make videos for the catchy titles or trying to clickbait people to come here. I like facts, or I want to find out if it's fiction. That's basically what this video will be about. Will the Alchemist be what some people claim it to be all of a sudden, or is it just another clickbait? So let's find out. Before we get started, I would appreciate it oh so much if you subscribe to my channel or leave me a like or a comment below this video. There's also the little fact that we started a clan, so feel free to come to our Discord and apply if you want to join, or just hang out and see what it's all about. You can find the link down in the description. So, talking about facts, it's all fine and dandy, but where do I get the facts and how do I decide whether it's fact or fiction? It's very simple, we test. I played well over 50 games with this deck, and I had the honor of playing with Bosscross in this video. He gave me a lot of feedback. He's a really good player, especially with Inquisitor. You will see that a bit later in this video, but you can also see he's playing the Hammer Time deck right now, which is the best deck in the game. So straight away, let's see how Alchemist does against the best deck in this meta. While you realize by now we're losing the game, let's analyze this game while the next one starts, and also, well, let's just see who we're playing against. This is Bosscross. You can see his stats, so you can see 1190% crit. That's pretty high up there. You know, I'm not that far behind, but you know, it's good. It's a good crit. It's top player crit. I know there's players with a lot more, but it's up there. And more importantly, look at his Inquisitor. It's got a level 11 Inquisitor, which is really amazing. I wish I had that, but yeah, you know, it's not just any player. But if you looked at the game, you know, we did pretty good actually for Alchemist. So I'm kind of impressed that it did that well against the Hammer Time deck and this kind of player we played against. So it's definitely good. And let's see what we're playing now. We're playing against Meteor. So Meteor, also one of the better decks of this meta. Let's see how this game is going. What we discovered from the many games we played against Hammer Time is that the Alchemist deck cannot reach the late game like Hammer Time does. And the only other deck that can reach really late games is the Meteor deck. And as you can see right now, we won't be able to maintain long enough either. So the two top decks in the meta remain untouched, and Alchemist is not going to be able to reach them. We played many games, and yeah, it's clear that Hammer Time is number one and Meteor will stay number two. So now we're playing against basically the mini Hammer Time. We replaced Inquisitor with Thunderer. This is also a deck that we see played a lot. So let's see what the Alchemist deck will do against this specific deck. If you're wondering why I speed everything up, it's because I want to show multiple games against different decks. So that's why, because otherwise it would be a very long video, and we all kind of know how to play these decks, so it's not about what do you play one, and you know, it's just to see the decks in action and yeah, basically to prove we actually tested them. Spoiler alert, yeah, I'm gonna win this game. Well, I'm preparing to win it. At least you will see the next boss here, Bedlam, and he won't be able to kill it. But yeah, this is what happens. This next deck, also very important to notice, we changed Thunderer into Trapper to see how that goes. Let me explain why we did this. We experimented a lot with a lot of different versions of the deck, because what we noticed is with the Thunderer version we were lacking slow. It was not slowing good enough, so we tried with Frost, we tried with Cold Mage, because we found if we could drag the game a bit longer and get more ticks in from the Alchemist, it would benefit a lot. But those didn't really work out, and the Frost and the Cold Mage versions became really bad brick versions of the deck, so we decided to use Trapper, and that's what we found out to work the best, and it provided a little bit of extra damage and a slow, so it worked perfectly and we didn't brick. So if you don't want to use Thunderer, this is definitely a version to try, and let's see what it does against Hammer Time. You probably already guessed it, we won't be winning against Hammer Time with this deck either, but it's really a solid deck and we were able to give him, you know, a run for his money, and it worked pretty good, so definitely worth trying it out. And yeah, let's see what our next deck has to offer. Well, not our next deck, but it's back to the Thunderer version of the deck, and we will be playing the classic Inquisitor deck with the Cold Mage, and here you will see exactly what I mean. The Cold Mage is able to slow the deck a lot more, and that's where we're gonna lose this game, because otherwise if we had equal slow or better slow, we would have won this game and we would be able to get more damage out of Alchemist. Now it's time to round up this video. So fact number one, if you guys are playing around 4, 5, maybe 6,000 trophies, it's definitely a very solid deck, so try it out. If you guys are playing top tier, like against players like Bosscross and the likes, you're gonna fall short with this deck and its variations. Hammer Time and Meteor are still the two top tier decks for that matter, but definitely test it out. It's a very fun deck to play. Make sure to use Alchemist as your main damage dealer and you will have a lot of fun, and you will be doing quite some climbing if you're in the lower trophies. So I want to thank you all for watching. Again, if you like it, subscribe and leave me a like or a comment. So I hope to see you guys soon on the battlefield. Don't forget to visit the Discord and have a lot of fun in Rush Royale.